All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game number 1 here in the losers bracket. On the left side of Catalina, spawning red, spawning Terran. It's top.
I really hope top would spawn
I
the
know.
top location.
Oh, well. In the upper right, as the blue Terran, it's Gumiho.
You really had to be that way, didn't you? Just
Yes,
very
yes.
specifically say upper instead of top. You're such a party, like, mood killer,
Pooper.
Zamigo. Yeah, party pooper.
What's the point of saying top if top isn't up there?
But that's...
No.
Zombie Grub, look.
You guys are dumb.
Wow.
Whoa, shots fired. Pew, 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 pew.
Whoa.
So, hey, James, you ever thought
Well.
about full-time casting? Just,
Ooh.
Go ahead, man. I'll just stay quiet. I'll let you both go at it.
Okay, well, in all seriousness, though, jokes aside for the silliness of what this could be, guys, TVT has shown us, I think, especially in recent days, it can be incredibly epic and long with Marine Tank and lots of positioning, 5, 6 bases. But more often than not, it's like 1, sometimes 2 bases at most. Some really anticlimactic builds come into play. 1-1-1s versus Banshees. I don't know how this one's going to play out because we haven't seen a whole lot of top. But for Gumiho's sake, I know that he definitely likes playing mech given the opportunity. Which actually, furthermore, is a bit strange considering he didn't play mech versus Hydra at all. So maybe we won't see mech in this TVT.
Maybe change this trend to be playing mech against Protoss and not mech against Zerg. Because it'll be too easy? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But the second Rax does pop up, and if this is going to be double Rax Reaper, I've actually... I think... Zombie, was Gumiho the one who did this the other day and it like failed miserably? I'm trying to remember.
Did what?
Double Rax Reaper?
I know what you're talking about. I do.
It was also in Catalina. I can't remember if it was Gumiho or not. But anyways,
Right.
this build, like this used to be like such a build order win for the longest time. But he's got to scout the right direction. It's a 50-50 chance he goes the wrong way. And this could really fizzle quite quickly. It's giving top all the time in the world to get a factory up. All the time in the world to get a starport up.
Man, I just learned I have a depressingly low amount of partoofs. My world, man. My world's a lie.
How do you even find that out? Don't you have like the bot like muted or banned or
I
something?
do. I asked someone else to do it for me.
You're the worst.
They told me.
You're the
I don't
worst
even have
contributor
over
to the channel.
10,000. God. Need to be in chat more. I just gotta have it up every single cast now just to get more partoofs.
Oh man, that Partoof. The thirst is real. Alright, well, this is I really like this on the top. Look at this. He's like predicting something's coming. He knows there's the good chance of it being Reapers. Not maybe not 2 Rax Reaper, but Reapers. So yeah, it's nothing really for this. That kind of sucks for Gumiho because he invests in the other 2, and it's not like you get that money back. But I don't imagine he'll invest in 2 anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh, if you get the Hellion, it might be worth it, but unfortunately he loses the Reaper.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Is that the third barracks?
What?
On,
What?
on Gumiho's base, is that the third barracks? I
No, it's a
changed...
factory, bro.
It's a factory.
Is that
Did you not have a
factory?
production
I
tab?
can't... Stupid me. I changed the observer overlay.
Oh, you use like the
And then
WCS one or
Dude.
now
whatever?
it's WC. I've misclicked, put it on WCS.
Dude.
Now I can't do anything.
You gotta go old school. It's all about the game heart, baby.
My
It's like my
God.
favorite overlay.
They have production, you just got another shortcut, right?
What is the shortcut?
I don't know,
It's
F11.
not working.
Check F11, it might actually say in there.
Yeah.
Well, James figures this out, guys. We do have a cloaked Banshee coming across the map. But before that, this bunker's not going to finish. 2 Hellions get here, pick off not 1 SUV, but 2. The Marines even might not be able to deal with this, which is kind of scary to consider. But the Reapers are going to add just that little bit of extra pepper. 1 Hellion goes down, and looks like Gumiho's actually not going to be in that much trouble. Not for now, at least.
Well, luckily, I mean, the T-Rex Reaper doesn't really delay your starport that long, so you at least have a Viking for the Banshee, or around the time the Banshee comes, but not, unfortunately, like a Raven or both, you know? So he gets an engineering bay, and that's going to cover him for what is, you know, almost certainly going to be a Banshee to scout the starport.
Yeah, I really like that he's adapted this more defensive stance. I mean, he did go for an opening that was a bit risky, did not pay off, and rather than going for a medevac and boosting across the map, and as a consequence dying to a Banshee, he plays it safe. And I think for Gumiho's sake, that's a really smart move, because the SCV count is still kind of even. There's really not a huge difference at this moment in time, but of course it'll be in the next 5 minutes we really see these two split in two different directions.
Oh, with the missile turrets up.
Ooh.
Oh,
I didn't
and
see that Widow Mine hidden
Mine.
over there.
Yeah.
Nicely positioned.
Very nice. Very, very good. I was gonna say, like, you don't really necessarily need the Raven anymore, because you know the missile turret vision is longer than its range and all that. So the Viking is usually enough, but well, your Widow Mine will just kill it, and that's great.
Well, we do already have tank production coming up behind these Banshees. As long as these other ones don't get wasted, it was kind of wasted with that Widow Mine, but keeping this alive for those pushes to assist those tanks is a really big deal. Oh, that turret just barely doesn't get up, but the Banshee is really, really low in energy, so starts backing away.
Yeah, it looks like Top is gonna try and push out once he has like 2 tanks. Getting up to 3 Banshees, like, obviously it's really not gonna work in terms of like harassment so well, so this usually means you're gonna try and push. Obviously, can be very good for picking off tanks at the front, which Gumiho has not actually gotten yet, so...
I'm a little bit worried for this. Top with 3 tanks is going to be quite formidable, even if Gumiho does have a tank up, unless it's positioned out of range of the other tanks. I mean, pushing up this ramp is not likely to be too much of a problem. One bunker is not that big of an issue for tanks and Banshees.
Yeah, and the high ground vision too, so... It actually looks like Top is not. I mean, teaching up his tanks like this, unless he's going to wait for 2 medevacs. I mean, this isn't really usually the build that goes into the 2 medevac, 2 tank drop, but I guess it'll work at any time, technically, and Catalan is rather good for it with all its dead space and very droppable mains for Top.
Well, Gumiho, I don't know. This is just weird to see him kind of play like this. Going to bio is not like it's completely out of his comfort zone, and we've seen him play bio before, but I'm always expecting those medevacs. I'm expecting the Hellbat drops within them, the blue flame. Sadly, well, not sadly, but just strangely, I should say, rather, it's gonna be Marine tank versus Marine tank, and I got no qualms with this. This is a really fun style to watch. It's frustrating to play, but it's really fun to watch.
Yeah. I wonder what he's gonna do. With 1 medevac, I think he has 1 Banshee left over. Yeah, it's harassing right now.
Oh,
he's gonna try and siege up.
Hop over.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, this is so bad. Gumiho doesn't even see this coming. The
Well,
Banshee
like, the
is
good news-
completely distracted the right side. There's no reason for him to look over here.
It shouldn't be that difficult to deal with, though, because his production isn't on the left side where it's being sieged up.
But if he takes 2 tanks up to the high ground and starts moving up towards that SCV line, that's where this starts becoming a little bit compromised. I do like that he advances forward to be able to chip away at the factory. This will make sure Gumiho has to lift this up and, quite frankly, deny/delay his his tank production.
Yep.
Oh. That keeps the medevac back. The Vikings, of course, can't engage on top of the Marines, but kind of a cool move at the top. Gumiho, on the other hand, is looking to wrap around, either go for the trade or come in from behind to break this. Either way, not an easy task.
Where are these medevacs going?
Nowhere.
I like that Gumiho went for the 3rd base, too. I mean, sometimes you see them try and throw down in the main, and inevitably it's canceled, because you're being sieged at your main. Why would you do that? But to throw it on the right, like, Top's totally dedicated to this push right here, so he's not going to be checking out for a while.
I'm surprised Top didn't go in at that time when he scanned. Scan didn't have very what's his name? Gumiho didn't have a lot of units. He could have just unsieged, took all the units high ground, and just go YOLO.
James.
This is the one difference that is very different. It's very important, is that
God.
he had Stim and Top did not.
And that's the thing. It's why the Marines take a much better engagement. Oh, listen to the medevac full of the Marines. Yikes. That's Gumiho's big potential to stay ahead in this game. I mean, he's, getting sieged up slowly at home, and this kind of sucks, but, as I'm going to point out, he's got a 3rd CC down. He's actually doing quite well as far as his own SCV count goes, and he's got a weapon upgrade over his opponent. Combat shields over his opponent. I mean, his Marines are statistically better in every way. The problem is, he just doesn't have anything he can use like on the other side of the field anymore.
See, this is where you kind of get tunnel vision as a Terran. TVT, you lose a lot of SCV, and you're not really thinking about, scouting other spawn or expansion locations or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
you
gotta end
kinda-
it now.
It kind of makes sense, like, for Top to keep pressing the issue. He's got a really strong foothold in Gumiho's base. I'm just a little bit curious why he chose to put the focus on the production side instead of the mining side, But there's a lot of Marines now stemming forward, and he will kill some SCVs with this. That Widow Mine shot, man! Wow!
God.
keep in mind, like, that splash damage normally wouldn't have killed the Marines if they hadn't just stimmed. Like, that's insane.
Oh, he could just picked off that medevac as it came home. What a sad
Oh!
home.
The payback could have been very real. But, okay, loads up a lot of medevacs himself. He's going across the map. This time, though, Top's going to be fighting on even footing. He'll have Columbus shields. He has +1. He has stim. Gumiho doesn't have a distinct advantage with this, but I think he kind of knows that with his 3rd CC having gotten away with this, he doesn't have to cause much damage, just enough damage.
Oh, stupid Mule, go back to mining. But yeah, like he moves in as Top moves out. And this is gonna be a very hard position to break. Yeah. You know, there's.
I mean, I'm just looking at this, and even if Gumiho loses, the fact that he was able to, I really don't think he's going to lose just yet. It's too early to call, of course. But I mean, the fact that he was able to keep his calm through that attack, to lose his factory, to have all that just pressure on him and not sweat, still take this back to Top's base, beat Top back down to 30 SCVs, and be a base above his opponents.
Yeah. I think he realized, just like, you know, having the production on the right side, they have to be like 3 SCVs, go 5 SCVs maybe? Yeah.
Marines, please.
Yeah, they're not doing their job. But that his production was on the right side of his base. That was already something cool to do in these positions specifically. And that, like, until Top had a lot of Marines with stim, there wasn't the mobility. So, like, only that, like, last drop that got wrecked by the Widow Mine was, like, the only, like, super scary point, I feel, for Gumiho. And obviously he dealt with it rather well.
Stim.
Yeah, that's a good point. That stim is going to cost him a lot. But running into tank fire, Gumiho's looking to pay him back just a little bit. Too many units to deal with, though, and Top is going to be pushed back once more.
And most of it was that Top just moved command after stimming once. So none of the medevacs were actually healing. And then he had to engage, so he stimmed again.
But at the same time, you know, this is a wonder thing. Right now is a great display and a micro engagement of the wonderfulness that is tanks, being able to even up that supply pretty quickly and make this not so game ending immediately.
He just have to consolidate instead of rushing out like this. But this is Gumiho's game. Again, he's on that 3rd CC. He's up in army supply, upgrades.
And even a sensor tower.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm surprised Gumiho hasn't thrown in a couple more racks just to use some of this money. Like, he's floating a ton of cash. This guy is flush with dollar bills, y'all.
I wish I could see how much money he has.
I keep forgetting you've got, like, the worst overlay possible right now.
This overlay just sounds so crappy. Oh, I think the why Gumiho was floating so much money is because his production was all, like, crammed into the natural and he, like, couldn't get reactors.
That's very true, actually, yeah. The building placement is rather unfortunate. But slapping down more racks is now feeling a lot more confident in his position in this game. It's not like Top's got a hidden ninja base somewhere. This is going to be really hard to actually pull off a great defense because he's bleeding out units one at a time. Like, had he had 3 siege tanks up instead of losing 2 in the middle of the map and then 1 at home, like, that's the difference of actually holding or not. And Gumiho, quite frankly, might not have a lot of tanks here, but because of this, he's accrued a lot more bio. He's got so many Marines. He's going to have no problem running these into the tank lines. No, he just focuses down that tank. Top's going to fall here really quickly. And Gumiho, in a rather impressive scenario, takes game number 1. Woo!
That comeback.
Yeah, that got all kinds of messy for Gumiho at the start.